This is the sugarcane that I ordered online to try and grow. Unfortunately, it's only come with one node, as you can see. Ideally, you want two. And this bit here is the growth tip that where the plant should be growing. One has been damaged, unfortunately, but this is what it should look like. I'm going to be planting these up and seeing if I can get them to grow here in the UK. I don't know if that's possible. I've tried once before and unfortunately they rotted away. So I'm just going to pop them in some water to begin with until I see some roots starting to form. It should be nice and easy to get this to root. I did that last time. It's just getting them into the soil that seems to be the problem.
Then I'm going to put it in a nice bright place. I've got mine under a grow light, but by a window space that you might have, just to help everything develop.
After about a week, when I've come to check, the root nodes are starting to swell. Those are the little bumps that you can see around the base plate. Another week or two later, it is now starting to form little white roots out the side, and I decided to pop this on because when I left it in the water last time for too long, it didn't transition very well. So I'm popping it in some really nice, loose, draining soil. I'm using cocoa coir with perlite, and hopefully that should be a good enough rooting mixture to make sure it roots properly. So I'm going to be covering this up and putting it somewhere nice and warm. This is the dwarf Cavendish that I'm overwintering inside, and it's got a lot of spare soil, so I decided to put the one with the damaged eye here. As you can see, there are some roots forming, and I'm umming and ahhing at the moment whether I take this out and pot it on to make sure it has its own container. It's been about 6 weeks since I potted this on, and I'm not seeing a lot of activity, and I was hoping for a little bit more, so I decided to have a little poke around in the roots. Because I'm not really seeing any root formation, I'm going to decide to take this out, repot it and see what's going on. I'm going to repot this into a fabric bag. Hopefully the fabric will help it breathe and make sure it doesn't get too moist and rot. It likes a free draining soil, although it does like lots of moisture. So I've got my mix of high quality compost now with a bit more nutrition to hopefully do something and get it kick started. So I'm going to fill this up to the top first, and then unfortunately, as I took out the sugarcane, it wasn't growing any roots. There was a little bit of roots where we first saw the ones where I decided to pot it on, but it doesn't seem to have done much more since. So I've just actually put it back in the soil mixture. I've changed it up to the new mixture, and I'm going to give it a second chance. Hopefully we'll start to see some signs of growth, and it just needs a bit more time. Here in the UK, it's not particularly warm at the moment, mostly averaging about 18 degrees in the house. This, however, is the one from the banana. So as you can see, this one has a lot more roots, and hopefully this will grow instead.